Welcome to the AlbionTV War Report, your source of live battle coverage featuring the top guilds and alliances of Albion Online. Today is Saturday, the 4th of October, 2025. I am your host, The Chosen One, and I am joined today by Robin Hood RS on the play-by-play and, of course, Bogle behind the scenes on the camera. We are currently spectating Albion Asia on a 15-minute delay as we hang out here at 14 UTC. Robin, we're hanging out with Jimf of Jin and CCTV. Haven't seen much of these guys lately. The only time I've ever seen CCTV in the last couple of weeks is as rats hanging around the outside of a battle and just, harassing people. It's good to see Jimf online and Jimf here as well, because I think Jimf Online is the name of the alliance.
It is indeed. They are currently just getting themselves a legendary core at the moment. Not sure what they're going to be up to afterwards. I've been away for pretty much this week, and I have no idea what the hell's been going on. So,
well,
yeah,
I was here yesterday.
Welcome back.
Yeah, I got to see what happened yesterday in Albion Asia, and we had some content. We did. We got a couple of fights, and it was interesting. We talked a lot about friendly fights, and that went on from Albion Asia into Albion Europe, actually.
Nice.
Yeah, because we had the same thing there.
Well, we got a little bit of action elsewhere if we want to switch on over to Just Fuck You. We have some medium-sized content. Looks like
we can switch if you want to, but who do we want to go on?
It looks like a bit of a three-way mishmash. Not 100% sure what the hell is going on. We're outside of Thetford Portal. It's one of these where it seems like it's just like a small, maybe just a roaming group here.
Okay.
That are just clashing with each other all over the place. Yeah, it's a little bit of sunshine. Obviously it is Saturday here today as well.
Yeah,
and that can only mean one thing. At the top of the hour, we do have legendary castles. So,
well, the group that I'm interested in here, Robin, we got All Rise, who's currently in first place, and they've got a bit of the Hog Riders coming in, who I recognize from the America server, new to me here on Albion Asia, but yeah, they're going to get clapped and dropped here. But the group that's been interesting to me is this group in second place, who I see almost every day running away. Huge disarrays, lots of PvE, running away from every bit of PvP that I've seen them do so far. So it'll be interesting to see. But right now we do have this small scale here with the GRB pushing in over top of Nori.
Yeah, this group to the eastern side, bit of a ragtag group here. Over to the west, obviously Hog Rider guild as well. Then there's another group far to the north side. Then obviously
That's
our
bro.
POV
Yeah.
here as well. So yeah, a lot of different groups here. A
A
lot
lot
of
of
death
red on red.
happening
We
on
are
the.
missing something to the east. There is, we just missed 15 kills on the east.
Yep, big engagements coming in. Nice little hand of justice clump here, but Clark Count going to save the day. Hog Rider look for a return engagement here, but defenses are already up, though. A little delayed DPS there will connect. Not enough, though, to secure kills, and Hog Rider getting pinched from the far eastern side as well, and they lose a couple to the backline hit from that ragtag group that's not too far away.
I don't know if this is fuck all, but fuck calls is here on the other side. Interestingly enough, calling for the other side. So, new shot caller, fuck calls.
I do see him there. Out, no guild for that player, so he is in that ragtag group.
Well, he's leading this group over here, mostly considering of GGL and other untagged people. Interesting, very interesting group here. But they were getting some kills over on this corner, and now they're being some kills. So I'm gonna, yep, just fuck you, I guess. That's who I'm going to.
Yeah, he is he's doing pretty well here with this small contingent force. We did have some big territory launches elsewhere, but it looks like everybody's no-showing those, unfortunately. There were launches onto Idol's home zones from All Rise. But yeah, it looks like Idol weren't massing to defend, so it looks like All Rise also not showing up as well, so we're back to that again, Chosen, where we have these big territory launches, but then both sides decide not to show up, so.
I mean, from what I understand, you have to pay some silver to launch these territory attacks, right?
Yeah, but is it really that much for these
Clearly
guys?
not. Clearly not. They like to just do it for funsies.
Yep.
It's like a thank you card.
Yep.
Okay, looks like Bro and the Unicorn Shield are going to get caught out here.
Yeah,
Ben goes down.
A little bit of tier 4 action there for those guys, so
They're getting out there.
They're just having a bit of fun.
You know, I'm glad to see that. You know, I'll take that occasionally. A little bit of just go out and have fun. I don't care if you're in T4 or T5, 5-1. You know, you see a lot of that. And as long as you're going out and practicing ZVZ and this kind of engagement, you're going to get better. And this is a really interesting one because I believe it's a 4-way fight.
Yeah, there are so many different groups scattered around this fight at the moment. It's pretty insane. Here goes that group of Bro. There they go. They get stacked and clapped with a nice little counter engagement. The rats have also appeared out in force here on their oxes to the western side. They are now scurrying
Mio got all those kills, dude.
Ooh, this should be a wipe.
That's going to be save.
Wow.
Very nice.
Getting
very
hit
nice
twice there from the east and from the northwest there. So holding on for dear life. I thought it was going to be a wipeout, but great defensives coming down
Playing
there.
well, for sure.
We also have the Look Alliance now in play.
We saw them yesterday quite a bit.
Yeah, look, is it one of the big shot callers that I had listed?
No, Dur isn't the shot caller. He's somewhere else.
No, he's somewhere else. But yeah, one of the big, I think it was Triple ST under the Look Alliance now for the Summer Guild or Summers Guild.
That's not who we saw yesterday, but yeah, we definitely saw the Alliance out and about.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't watch from their perspective, though. We just had pretty good content across the board. Once it started, you know, usually right at the top of the hour, we get like more content than we can watch, and that was true yesterday on both servers.
Good to see, good to see. Interesting enough here, I don't know if it's on purpose, but the permafrost is hitting before the Hand of Justice even like finishes its move here. I don't know if that's on purpose, if they're trying to deny Cleric Cow usage, because permafrost E does have a little knock up, if I'm not mistaken.
Mhm.
I'm not sure if don't really see that. Normally, it's like the Hand of Justice leads the clump to where the permafrost activates, not the permafrost activating before the Hand of Justice. So
Well, maybe they found out a little bit of tech, or they just have an interesting personal timing. But here we see them taking on Kuma over here on the eastern side. Kuma's going to try to hold up in this choke, but right now, not enough pushback. But they don't need to, because this group coming over from the west is going to scare these guys away. And it does look
yeah,
like it has quieted down. I'm looking at the map here. A couple groups have separated.
we got that separation to the far north or the far western side of the map. Then we have another group just to the western side of our POV. Then the fight that's still occurring here on the choke point.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what Orize was a little bit wary of. That group just to the west of
Just to the
them.
west, yeah, yeah. They're still just to the west of them too, and they're actually coming up behind them. I wouldn't be surprised to see these guys turn around in just a moment if these guys do continue to push up north.
Good kiting here from JPN. Inertia ring's coming down nice and steady. Use of the Judicator helmet as well. Going to slow down pretty much the advancing force here of No Re. Guard rune down on the choke point. Just fuck you reads it, waits it out. Here comes the engagement. DPS does connect. Only one kill secured. Players are very lucky to hold on for dear life there for JPN.
Good defensive plays. And again, this group is just kind of sneaking up close here. This is just a rat group to the east. It's not that group that was to their west before. This is just people who saw that there was content, brought out their bloodletters.
Looking for some easy pickings.
We're going to go south to this group that is currently already on its way up, but a good catch here. Fuck Call's leading this group here. Don't know if it's any relation to Fuck Call. Same family name.
A lot of the Clark Cows on cooldown here for this group. Offensive Great Arcane comes in.
Yeah, yes, Bogle, I think you're right on that. Yeah. We see a lot of people from that family.
Here we go. Clump in the back lines. Nice little connection there that time around. 3 kills secured. Is going to send this group pretty much back to the rear line in Thetford portal, but again, it's literally right next door, so they can come right back out to the action. That's what the bros have done here on the north.
Well, when you bring low tier gear, you can re-gear right away, come back to the fight, get a little bit more practice in.
Exactly.
Nothing lost, nothing gained. I mean, I am pretty sure their gear, if it was tier 4, is still on their corpses. They could just probably go back and pick it up.
Someone's looted it. Someone's
tier 4. No, that takes up too much weight, dude.
By the way, this group, I've just noticed of Orize, they have 4 minutes remaining of their 1 hour OC timer. So they've been out here for an hour plus, roaming the streets of Thetford portal and beyond. It looks like they've just noticed that their timer's nearly done, and they will bow out. Look to head back to where they came.
Let me see if that other guy is still in there.
While you check that, I will check some of the territories, see if anything did happen.
No, these guys are mounted up. Still have a bit of a small skirmish down in that southern corner. I'm going to see if I can't find us any POV down there. Or, nope, it looks like everybody has mounted up. That is another very large mixed group just wrapping up something down there. But hog riders are still going. If I can find you a POV for them.
Roger, Dodger.
Oh God. Yeah, Jesus. Ugh. Can you guys separate in some way that gives me some hope?
Well, all the other territories that did get launched on are no shows. One group, T3T Alliance, did show to defend with a 40 disarray debuff. So at least they showed up. But elsewhere, none of the big guns showed up. So unfortunately, this is all we have for now. Hopefully it spices up a little bit as we get to the halfway point in about 15 minutes time. That's when guilds start heading
Did my
towards...
POV? Okay, he just disappeared. I was like, did he die as soon as I got here? No. Might not be the best POV for this, but he does look like a tank up front. Robin, if you can find a better POV for the Hog Riders, that would be great.
I will do my best. I have found him.
Shaiha1223.
Yeah. There we go. So what happened with did anything happen with the who was it? POE, was it POEBR or whatever? What's their alliance tag? I put the info in our chat.
I
I
probably
got
missed
passed.
it. Yeah.
Let me scroll up, see if I can find it.
Okay, well, these guys have separated out, and it looks like this fight is over. There's another fight over at the door now. As soon as I, found us a POV over here, there's a fight somewhere else. Lots of skulls on the map right now, Robin. New Boom Bap is here. Actually, I think just one guy from New Boom Bap. It's such a mixed group that I can't find out who's who. Just going to a guy named Loot.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of what we're seeing down at the door is just rats. Just
Yeah,
dying.
this is rats. It's rats fighting rats here. I'm the guy who I thought was doing something is now mounted up and riding from group of rats to group of rats while his guys follow him. So yeah, this looks like this is Rat Patrol. Like it's so mixed that I think it's just, hey, who wants to go kill rats?
I got a POV for the other group.
Okay, go into Sony.
That's the Japan
Yeah.
alliance.
No,
But yeah,
well, they're at least one group over here, at least, right? Like that's, I guess, an improvement. So we'll watch Kuma, see what they can do.
They are, they're all rocking 4.2 gear and stuff. So these guys just setting up these. Maybe just like, hey, we're out here, we're a group of 20, just we're just looking for some fun.
Happens, everybody needs practice. I mean, it's very hard to get good even fights naturally in the world right now because of the hand holding and the rental, mostly the rental at this point. Hand holding is kind of like scattered a bit here on Albion Asia. There's still a bunch of it, but it's not as intense as it was. We're starting to see groups trying to find their way, but they have to find their way out of the pattern, and they haven't done that yet. And there's our POV down.
Nope.
2 and 4-2. Nope, maybe not. I thought that was...
Nope, it looks like that group has faded away. I think this may be coming to an abrupt end here. I am just seeing oxes all over my screen at the moment. Love it. Hey, it's better than, it's better than the Yellow Zone faction warfare content that I was seeing a lot of the big
There was
groups
a
here in
lot.
over in Asia
Yeah, there's a lot of
running.
that. I got popped over to it earlier today, and I tried following it, and I couldn't. I was like, "Oh, nope, 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 nope."
Yeah, not yet. Not yet. Hopefully, when the
Getting
faction
there.
warfare update drops,
Quokey
we'll be
revealed a lot of info that I didn't know we were going to be able to talk about during the show last week. If anybody has not seen that yet, I do recommend checking out that interview. You can check that out on our YouTube page. We do have that up over at AOTV on YouTube. Check it out. Definitely worth checking out.
yeah, I shared the short around that we posted as well. You know, we're going to see a little bit of the fortification system in faction warfare when it gets updated in November. So slowly but surely, we can start talking about bits and bobs here and there. Getting there.
Well, I mean, we did talk about like the idea that it's basically, a territory out there, much like we have in the Outlands. You'll be able to control a territory, very similar to what the ones we have here in the Outlands. You won't be able to, build the walls up yourself. They haven't figured out a way to do that easily for like city leaders and stuff. So they're going to be pre-constructed. But that sounds like you'll have a really cool objective to fight over in faction warfare, and that hasn't been talked about much since he revealed that last week. Very cool, very cool. That'll be a lot of fun. We know how much fun it is to attack the territories here, out in the Outlands. Now that they'll be in the open world, like on the Royal Continent, that's going to be a lot of fun for people in faction warfare.
Yeah, and it's it's going to be quite interesting to see what the combat or the system loop is going to be around that, right? Like, what do you get for holding and defending? What do you get for attacking and conquering? Can you conquer every single territory as one faction
Ooh.
in the Royal Continent,
That'd
right?
be
Like,
that'd be wild. I don't know if it's possible. It'd be incredible feat.
yeah, what happens if, like, you flag up for Carleon? Like, do you get to defend your territory or conquer territories as well?
Well, he
When
didn't
you're
tell
20-man
us.
group, it's going to be quite
Yeah,
interesting
he
to
didn't tell us
see.
about Carly, and he said that's something else. We'll
Yeah,
we'll find that out as we get there. But we did get a lot of cool information about the territories themselves that he's been working on. I do suggest you listen to that, get the full info. Albion TV on YouTube. Check it out.
hopefully we will have that infamous dev talk soon enough.
What Dev Talk? You heard anything about Dev Talk? I haven't heard anything about a Dev Talk.
Soon, TM. We had a very quiet month. Like, there was no patch. There was, like,
Oh, we have a patch on.
I know, that's
Patch.
what I'm saying. Now we've got a patch. Now we're starting to get information rolling again. Quokey joining us on AOTV, things like that. It seems like the lights turned off for a month for some weird reason, and then the lights are now back on, and we're starting to get info here and there, and we're a week away from being halfway through this season, Chosen.
Yeah, next
That
week.
is normally when we are, we normally already have a dev talk. We have that
Robin,
overview dev talk, right?
in
So
5 weeks, we should be playing the next update on test server. Like it should
mhm.
be coming out in 6 weeks. Like we haven't heard anything yet. Like,
Yep.
we're supposed to have it on test server in 3 weeks
Yeah.
by my personal internal schedule that has nothing to do with what SBI wants to do on their time. Just my schedule.
Your schedule.
Yes, my schedule. My very important personal schedule.
That has many
Nothing to
years of
do. It does
experience.
have a lot to do with its experience. Yeah, that's what it's based on. It's based on my personal experience, but it's also, I'm kind of just like getting a little worried now. I mean, honestly, Robin, this is the kind of content we should have on test server for a month before it's released.
Yeah. It's it's going to be an interesting one to test as well. Like,
That's why I think I think it needs those scheduled tests like we had last time for the depths, which I thought worked out really well. But they'll need to have those across the board, probably with incentives this time, like they did last time, to get people on there in mass, because you're gonna need like 300 people.
Yeah.
To
Well, more
effectively
than
test.
that, like to see how like the system actually performs, where like if
To
you're
have three,
attacking and defending,
yes.
hitting different, you know,
If you're gonna have to have 4 groups present, at least, because you're gonna want to see what happens when 3 groups fight. And you're gonna want to see how the interaction at the center areas work, or the I don't know, like the conjunction points. I don't know how they're planning it, but you got to test that, and you need 50 people per side at least. So it's gonna be
yep.
very hard to pull off like a good public test, especially without a lot of time. Though, there are those faction warfare groups, Robin, that have been begging for faction adjustments and faction changes for years now. And I've gotten some messages from people who are very interested. Let me see. I did get one the other day, and let me see.
Yeah, I
See if
mean that's probably going to be the easiest route to go down, like sandbox, bringing in those or involving those, setup communities for faction warfare already. Some of those discords have literally thousands upon thousands of players in them already, so being able to ping out to those and be like, hey, we need you guys here on this date at this time to test some faction warfare and hear your feedback. I think that route's probably the easiest route to go down. Plus, you're going to be, getting feedback directly from the players that are already or have already played faction warfare for quite some time. Some of them may have already like stepped away because they didn't like the changes made from last time. I think it'll be really good to hear from those communities, because a lot of the changes that have been made for this update has came from those communities already. So hearing what they think about how the new faction warfare plays, just a prior, potential some tweaks here and there, be good.
I just found the response that I got from a player, and I don't know if I should read this, but I feel like sometimes negative feedback is the most useful feedback. After this fight, we'll talk about it. I'm on 2 and 4-2, Bogle, if you're still there.
Oh.
They're still fighting.
I've been hopping.
Oh,
around.
they've been kind of like small scaling, mostly maneuvering. And as I say, we'll wait until it ends. They maneuver themselves right out of it. But I'm not gonna say the guy's name because I don't want to get him any heat for this. Dude, please tell me SBI didn't ignore faction warfare for 4+ years, only to not even fix the only issue that killed faction warfare communities. All we need is the ability to create our own content, the ability for one Zerg to go out at any time of their choosing and provoke another city into a fight in a red zone. We did this in the past, as you know, by hitting the city gate. That's how it was. But in SBI's infinite genius of wanting all cities to have 4 adjacent safe zones, like why? Why 4? 4? Why? They killed our communities. Couldn't fathom the idea of leaving one zone adjacent to the city as red. How does it take SBI 4-5 years to address this issue when they could just give us a red zone in front of the city again? I swear to God, if all they do for faction warfare is slap a castle system into red zone with a demo hammer simulator, I don't. Demo hammer simulator DLC, I'll puke in my mouth. Um,
See, I got the toned down version of the same thing pretty much.
I
So
don't get the
probably
toned
the
down
same
versions.
person.
I don't get the toned down versions because I
Yeah.
never get mad at people when they rage. Like, because I find something useful in most content, right? Like, if it's just abuse and it's not talking about systems, I'll ignore it. But if it's angry and talking about systems, I'm gonna want to know why, right?
Yeah.
And I think I know what he was talking about, like that ability to go up to the door and really force a full loot constant battle. But
You're
Robin, a
not getting
lot,
that.
yeah, and a lot of that, Robin, a lot of that was really just grinding on people who were unorganized and didn't know what they were doing against a small force of organized people surrounded by unorganized people. And so it looked like two unorganized groups, but what it was often one small group that was looting the hell out of a bunch of idiots coming out of the city and just finding their way over in their 5-1 and getting destroyed. Um, I don't think that needs to come back. I think that a constant battle, yes, needs to come back. But does it need to be a full loot event outside the city gates where people just keep throwing their bodies at a force? I don't know. I don't know if that needs to happen. Was it a
I
lot of
don't.
fun? Yeah, but not. I don't think it's the. I don't think it was healthy all the time.
Yeah, and going back to the interview with Quokey, right? I'm pretty sure he said during said interview, like, faction warfare is a stepping stone.
Yes.
It is a player's first experience in large scale, PvP combat. You know, unorganized to a certain extent, for the most part, but it's their first experience. And if players' first experiences was back in the day of flagging up, walking outside their city, seeing a massive blob, and then getting instantly one shot and losing their gear, they're not going to engage in that content again.
Do you
So
have? Sorry, Rum. Do you have content on Mugi? Because I have content on fuck
yes,
alls. Okay, I'm
there's
going to Mugi.
about to be a group. I think it's seamen that are coming towards the castle now.
I'll head over.
Yeah. So yeah, like, again, like, faction warfare is the stepping stone, and for the most part as well, the stepping stone before players engage into the faux loot black zone activities. That's why they're kind of copying the same layouts and stuff, and systems that we have with territorial warfare, with the fortifications and stuff.
Hmm.
Now going into faction warfare, so players are going to be understanding. They played that system in yellow zones in a
Yep.
non-faux loot environment and a faux loot environment as well in the red zones.
Yep. And like they learn the layout, they learn how it works, they learn what they're supposed to do, and when they move
Exactly.
to the next step, it's a natural progression rather than something completely alien. And here we go. First engagements on the door, and a couple of members of Cutthroat are going to go down here. Easy regroups for Mugi Taru here and Marhalika. They're going to keep bombing outside this gate, putting pressure as they keep whacking on the door. It's not going to last long because they got a lot of hammers here for Tofu and the boys of Seaman.
Yes, they do, knocking at the gates. But Mugi, playing super aggressive, stepping outside, good defensive root bound coming down there. Counter engagement, just going to be a fake one here from Seaman. But the bomb squads will be the determining factor here. If Lag can get some decent hits with their bomb squad, that is why you can see why Cutthroat are playing super far back. They are, forcing Lag to step outside the gates. Also, they are stepping far, far away of the reach of the bomb squad. It just hit there with the Rift Glaives. But Seaman pretty far back, and now they are sieging from the east and the west here, Chosen.
Yeah, they've got both sides covered now. Seaman is everywhere surrounding these guys. They're going to have to find at least one way to push. And here they come in. Seaman pouring in from the eastern side. Fairly well held, actually, by the door. A couple beetles doing some work here. One defensive tank. I think they're going to try to wait until they get that western flank done, and then they're pushing from both sides, Robin.
Yeah, I think so as well. A lot of the times, guilds that are sieging, plenty of time to work with here. We're not on a time crunch. 25 minutes until the castle can be opened. So a lot of the time, yes, they fully open up east and west here on the north courtyard. Mugi Taru there, trying to do something with the old air compress. Didn't really find much, but it's a faux sendage. It looks like as Lag take the fight out deep into the back lines of Cutthroat. Couple kills secured. Going to have to restalk Mugi Taru, but here comes the counter punch on the gate. Mugi going to lose one member, but that's about it. Both sides restabilizing.
Yeah, a couple of people going down. Not a lot, though. Well defended, both sides. We're seeing a lot of low bars, especially over there for Cutthroat and Seaman. They do stabilize pretty quick over there. I'm looking at their bars, and everybody is getting those green circles around them. Everybody getting topped off. Kind of surprised that they've chosen to push in from one side here, even though they've taken out both doors. Usually you see a bit more of a dual push. Oh, that door isn't down yet? Oh. I thought that door was down by now.
No, they only got a small group up here. Looks like maybe a party, maybe. Just slowly whacking.
One guy whacking on the door. Just one.
Mugi just zipping around there like freaking Sonic the Hedgehog there with his movement speeds.
Yeah, they moved those guys off the door. They had a full group over there. I figured that whole time we were getting pressure on the eastern side that we were definitely smashing this western front, because the strategy is to hit from both sides. And once you do, generally the group in the middle sees this and pulls back instantly. Like, you get both doors, and this group in the middle doesn't want to be here anymore because they can get sandwiched. So they pull back, and you basically get the next step in the castle.
But a very slow, methodical push here. What is the health here on this northwestern door? Sitting at 2%, so it's about to go down here. Full engagement onto the northwestern group. 1 kill secured. Flood should be coming in from the eastern side, and it is coming in. D-tanks, though, slowing down the push. The northwestern door breaking here as well. A great defensive hold here from the Lag Alliance. Keeping that full-blown push pretty much at bay. Pushing them back outside the castle now. But both doors now down. Potential sandwich maneuver will be getting set up here. And Lag choosing to still play courtyard, which is quite interesting.
Okay, just watching these guys back and forth.
That Diddy dancing, air compressors is a fake engagement. Couple defensives utilized there from Seaman. I think they read that it was a fake engagement as well. They didn't take the bait. Just waiting. Real engagement coming in here. 1 kill secured. This is a full-blown return engagement. Bomb squad on the northwestern side also trying to make a play deep to the back lines with the Rift Glaives. They get shut down as well. A faux sendage here from Seaman. Clump onto the bomb squad. No follow-up, though. Mugi Taru trying to stop the push here with the Knight Armor, but it's a faux flood in. Seaman taking full control here of the north courtyard. It's going to be brawly. It's going to be messy. Lag will or should have their cooldowns up first, but they get hit on the southwestern gate. Lag looking to fire back here on the northwest. A massive clump, but no follow-up DPS, unfortunately, for Lag. And that is all momentum lost. They are now forced to fall back inside.
Yeah, everybody always does. This is a really rough spot to defend. Most people do not hang out in the courtyard long once these gates are down. They're actually hanging out here a little bit longer than I would expect. Dangerous situation.
Yeah, it's a bit of an interesting one. Losing level 1 there at the gates. And lag have to click through the gate. So here with the gates in good old Albion, when you click through, even if you're on like the north side of the gate or the south side, you are put through onto the same spot. So if a full Zerg decides to click through at one time, they are pretty much death dotted on top of each other. So if one Great Arcane is able to stop that and lock them in place, that is a massive AoE escalation opportunity for follow-up DPS. But look at this. Lag forcing Seaman back outside once again. Bomb Squad hitting over the north wall, but need a little bit more there. Just a little bit of something, but just can't be found here for Lag. I think they're lacking some core DPS or some core piercing support players to the eastern side, for that matter. Five members going down, Chosen. It's looking rough for Lag.
Yeah, they're playing in a really strange position here for this, Robin, and I think it's gonna grind them down. I don't think that they can play here in the middle of two separate like sides hitting them like this and win this fight outmanned. I think they have to use the defenses to their advantage, and this is not using it to their advantage. And now we already have another wall go down. Instead of defending the wall, they played in the center, and now this fight's over.
Yeah, and I mean, they're like, for some reason, coming through North Courtyard, may be able to pull it back here inside Lord Room. You know, you got aggro of the elite guards, you've got the barrows dropping down, allowing a little bit more pressure there onto healers and other players not dodging barrows. You know, they can and they have swung the fights before in other battles. It's just utilizing what you have to your advantage. And right now, Lag not really doing much of that at the moment. And the Astro staff here from Little just pumping out that DPS, and Mugicharu trying to fire back here, but the defenses are already down. The root bounds are activated, the idiomatic staffs are out, and it's pretty much done and dusted here. Seaman just all over Lag today.
See here, another knock up. Not much left from our Halika here, Robin. It's just over, but the crying at this point. These guys have not much left. Completely surrounded. Nice catch, but not much left, dude. You're just going to get ground down at this point. And here we see the grinding begin.
Yeah, I mean, they put a couple more kills on the kill feed. We're going to have to restalk Mugicharu once again there, as that we did get kicked off. But now Lag were playing the Lord Room correctly, but right at the end of the fight. Like, they needed to do that, like, right as that door went down. Make that play on the Lord Room itself. But yeah, unfortunately for Lag, not great castle play today. We'll switch to Tofu for
a little bit of a
little
mistake.
cleanup.
Yeah, a bit of a mistake on this one, Robin.
It is. GG's. Well, from one castle fight, hopefully to the next, we'll see what else is happening in the world. We got 15 minutes left here of the old castle timer before the before the timer comes to an end.
Yeah, this is just cleanup here. Gonna keep bouncing around, trying to find a little bit more. See if any of the other castles have gotten some content here, Robin. Ooh. This one is done and dusted, as you say.
Maybe a little bit of sun on Maverick.
Oh, heading over. I want to see that. Yeah.
Major blob on the northeastern door. That is going to be the Fuck You Alliance up here.
Family name again, yeah.
Yep. 37 disarray debuff. They do have a command mammoth already live here on the northeastern door. Though Maverick choosing to make a quick pit stop here on the outpost. We'll see what happens. Check the castle zone next door in Greenshore Peninsula. 51 to 150 in zone. It's going to be the RVG Alliance. They're in here with a 31 disarray debuff. But they may have just got word who's coming because they have mounted up and they are beelining it towards the northwestern door right now. So we'll see if Maverick fight the fuck you alliance. But does it look like it? Flying Dutchman taking control of a outpost. There are 33 disarray debuff. They're on the move. They're on the move.
Everybody, yep.
Yeah, Peninsula Boga would be the zone northeast. And Ido are split here. Western Paradise looking at some of the other castles elsewhere as well. So, yeah, Ido choosing to split their forces up today.
See, I'm gonna keep bouncing around here. Said Peninsula though, right? Just checking castles myself.
Yep. I'm just sitting on Maverick at the moment, seeing what's about to unfold. I think this will be coming real soon. It looks like Fuck You Alliance taking defensive position in Greenshore Peninsula Castle.
Okay.
Try and find their main shot caller here for that inside defensive POV. Once upon a time, we did have a... He's here though. Look.
We did have a shot caller for those guys, right?
Yeah, he's not online. I will look for a new one real quick.
Okay. I'm seeing a lot of castles with people in them. Not seeing a lot of castles with two different groups. So.
Okay.
Still got more to go. Still got more to go though. Could happen. Could happen still.
So Fuck You Alliance flipped castle. Now they're running northwest out the zone. Maverick's literally just following them behind. And now he's stopped chasing and now he's flipping castle.
There's Glacial Fall Pass has nobody. Like just there's nobody there. Not even somebody to claim it. So free legendary for anybody who wants it. Glacier Fall Pass. Nobody there. Kind of speaks to what Robin said about, maybe too many legendaries at one time, Robin. People can't even cover them all.
Exactly.
Stellar Alliance is taking Darkborough Snag. Don't see Stellar Alliance fight much. See them out doing objectives just like this, but never see them fight. I think we've seen them fight once, and it was as they were running out the door.
Bogo does have a POV for us, though. That is OCing.
Okay, I'll head over there because this is a second castle. Nobody in it. Just Just nobody there over in Runaldain Sink. So that's 2 legendary castles with 12 minutes to go that have nobody in zone. Just scarcity, Rob. Scarcity. Like, if you have too much shit to fight over, you don't need to fight. If there's not enough, you're gonna fight over it. And we have too much. I know people hate hearing that there's too many rewards, but when there's several castles without people at them, legendary castles without people at them, clearly you have too much rewards at this timer. Three so far. Okay, that's the third one. Nobody at it. And I'm sure that I'll find more, too, because this is getting ridiculous here. How many castles do need to be empty?
Well, over here, RVG Alliance literally got steamrolled by fuck you. The fight's pretty much done and dusted. It seems like RPOV, just a small contingent force of the fuck you Alliance. But as you can see here, by the many dead bodies scattered across the floor, RVG, yeah, pretty much got pummeled here. So I'm wondering, now that RVG's wiped, to fuck you, go back to Greenshore Peninsula and fight Flying Dutchman.
I got 5 empty castles right now. Six empty castles.
Cut those bad boys down.
Robin, we have more castles without people in them right now than people in them.
Yes. I've been saying this for a very long
I know.
time.
I'm seventh castle here.
Reaching to the choir.
7th castle. Okay, I'm not even looking. I'm not looking at the rest of them because I don't want to get depressed, Robin. It's 3 to 7 right now. The ones that I looked at.
Well, you're gonna be happy because we do have a fight elsewhere.
Please give me a name. Please give me a name so I can stop.
It's gonna be the Laughing Boulevard.
I know
Currently
guys,
fighting
yeah.
Joker Alliance over here in Avalanche Ravine. We're joining a little bit late to the party. Jin CCTV also just shown up as well here. But again, as you can see by the many skeletons scattering the floors, there's been a battle here. Here we go, CCTV stepping up. Laughing Boulevard, playing outside the castle at the moment, trying to get some picks, and it will not pay off for them as they get hit by a sweeping bomb squad. Maids are looking for something as well. The D-tanks getting caught outside the castle. CCTV gonna lose 1 or 2 on the fire back there.
Oh, wow. Wow. How many is that?
I'm laughing because Laughing Boulevard
12.
just got decimated.
12 of them did. 12 of them went and got rolled over.
That was a clean little hit right there from CCTV. That's why you don't step outside the castle. 8 minutes to go until the castle can be looted here. Plenty of time for CCTV to work with to get in. So far, those defensives on rotation. First castle door down. CCTV also just, sending their tanks in, their brawlers in right away. Fake engagement will burn a couple clerical usages out of CCTV here. Here comes the potential real one. Great Arcane shutting down the push here. A good read from the defensive tank player of CCTV. They back out, wait for those cooldowns to come back in, make sure it's safe for them to step back in.
See, I'm glad to see CCTV out again. Love seeing Jim here again. I hope this is a return to normal for these guys. When they were at their peak, they were a lot of fun to watch. Well, I don't want to say their peak, because when they were at their peak, there was just a lot of hand-holding, not a lot of fun. But when they were, you know, at their peak gameplay, when they were out every day, it was incredibly fun to watch. And Jim was where we went for content, Robin, for months. I would love to see him back and doing that once again.
Yeah, and I think that's what they're doing. I mean, scaling back their activities potentially here. You know, we've seen them, like you mentioned, you know, scouting or being that like pestering group of like 20, like when big fights are happening this week. You know, they've been out there. They've just scaled back their size. Obviously today, big day, legendary castle day, so they got a little bit more than 20 people. But they also Laughing Boulevard got Joker sieging from the western side as well. Nice little smash and grab here. Cleric Cowl's going to be activated left, right, and center. Not enough follow-up, unfortunately, to secure kills there. But Laughing Boulevard now have to play this smart. You know, they're getting siege from both sides. 5 minutes to go. Couple doors stand between them.
Jim here leading the charge on the eastern gate. I do like that these guys are at least trying to defend the gates, you know, like they're throwing some stuff, they're participating at these doors, Robin, which I think is important.
Yeah, just trying to relieve some of that pressure, trying to pick off some of the kills. But now they have to play Turtle in the Lord Room. Because Joker, they are stacked to the high heavens. They're the biggest force here on the battlefield. And Laughing Boulevard, this is where you pull all the way back to Lord Room and just force Joker and CCTV on top of each other. Ouch, you're just going to get hit from both sides if you're going to sit here. This is not where you want to be sitting.
This is going to be a rough one here. Big slap over the wall. Enris barely survives that. A couple of his friends do not.
That is why you don't sit there. You play Lord Room. Move. Force the two forces on top of each other. Oh, come on, guys. You should be reading that. You have vision advantage as well. You know, they literally turn into rainbows. Like, when they're going to engage, they actually turn into rainbows. So, it's so easy to read. But look at that, just to our south side, Joker and CCTV are clashing here. Laughing Boulevard, to be honest, if I was Laughing Boulevard, utilize Suicide Alley while Joker and CCTV are clashing. And, you know, look for a little bit of a wraparound. But I think CCTV are positioning themselves to expect that. Another hit, same location, same setup. Another member of Laughing Boulevard going down.
This Joker group on the west making an interesting push here. Gonna see what happens soon. They're running out of time, Robin. 2 minutes left. Somebody's got to go in if they want to take this. I don't know. Laughing Boulevard might hold this.
Yeah, I think they will, unless someone does a really crazy play. Another hit, same location, same thing again. and you know your shot caller can literally see everything that's happening. I can't understand how Laughing Boulevard have been hit now 3 times in the same location to the same setup, and they're still losing people. And if they get hit there a fourth time, I'm not going to be a happy bunny.
Yeah, boy. Definitely running out of the time. Yeah,
No,
and now
don't go there now.
no. Oh, come
Not
on.
now.
Okay.
Not now. The
Okay.
time for this was ages ago, and this is
And
why.
you know, Robin, we were saying that all they had to do was not fuck up.
Yeah. We'll switch to Jim.
Jim, you know, like let's go to a winner.
He's still got to walk through Joker first.
Wow.
And his OC just broken.
Oh, you gotta be
He's got no
great timing, Jim.
body. He's got no body piece. Laughing Boulevard are mounted, trying to go for a suicide alley.
have
The
an
bomb
hour.
squad there.
You have an hour.
No, it's fine. He's picked up a Hellion jacket from somebody. We're back in it. Hits coming in here on the western side. Joker hitting as well. It's pure chaos here in Avalanche Ravine. The Castle Lord has just spawned. Joker have a group here in the Lord Room, but a devastating hit to CCTV's backline. Now the front line getting hit as well. There's a flank squad of CCTV going through Salve's courtyard. You can see it just trying to hit over the walls, but it's not going to reach. Can Jin secure kills here and push back the attacking forces of Joker? I don't think so. 1 or 2 members going down, but they need more than that. A pullback here potentially. Laughing Boulevard still got a couple people trapped there in Suicide Alley as well. Big clumpage from the Witchwork, but handled well here from CCTV. Jim looking for a strike back here, and he's going to find it, but a secondary punch wipes out his southern flank here. I think that's about to be it here for CCTV. Yep, wiped out.
I mean, hey, you know, I gotta say, I'm still happy with seeing Jim and the boys back. Do we have a Joker POV? I don't think we do.
Code Adam
CP5 is still alive.
03. Code Adam 03. There we go. Wow. From poor positioning, the overcharge braking, I don't know what else, but Joker. Actually, no. Somehow, Laughing Boulevard were able to open up that chest. By the way, they got some of the loot out. They got the points out of it anyway. So Laughing Boulevard were able to open up the chest somehow, a miracle. While the chaos was ensuing. So that happened. Huh. Well. There we go. There we go. That will be the end of the action here on the Asia server for today. It's not over yet, though. Do we have anything in between today's shows? Or
I don't think we do today, Robin. Though next week, I think we're going to be doing some extra makeup shows in between you and I and Bogle. We got some extra PvP to make up. Some extra daily shows and such. So we'll be around a little bit more, along with some additional learning shows, I believe, next week, as well as Lupac and Melitris have a couple of shows to make up as well.
Alrighty. Well, we'll be back here later on this evening then at 1800 UTC for the European War Report on the European server. And then also today will be the Americas server War Report as well. So that'll be at 22 UTC. So a lot more action to come today. Make sure you're following the channel to be notified when we go live. But because nothing else is happening, we'll raid off to one of our glorious content creators here that are currently live, so you guys can carry on earning your Twitch drops with them. But yeah, we'll be back at 1800 UTC. Thank you guys for watching, and wherever you are in the world, I hope you have a glorious morning, afternoon, or evening, everybody. Adios.
See you soon.